Howdy folks. Now as promised, I told you last week we were going to go somewhere that was one of my favorite places. Well, we're here now, coming to you from Tombstone, Arizona. I tend to laugh, Eric from Nomadic Fanatic, he tends to refer to this as his second favorite place next to Disneyland. And I kind of have to agree, it's pretty cool. This would be my third trip out here, I'd say over the last 20-some years. First time being '89. Second time being, I think it was 2016 or so. But anyhow, so we're just gonna tour around today. We're bringing you along with. Most of these places actually allow filming and encourage pictures and everything like that. But as always, we're not going to show you everything because we want you to actually come out here. And for those of you where Tombstone is within reach, or you're in the Southwest or whatnot, if you haven't been here, you're missing out. I mean, it's pretty cool. So see you in a few minutes. We're going to head to our first place and see if we can get in for a tour, and we'll catch up with you then. All right. Howdy folks, we just came out of Madam Mustache. You see the picture right over here. Everybody needs to do one of those old time photos at one point or another. We're actually gonna walk over here. Seems to be a big crowd coming up, but highly recommend it. They make it a really cool experience. They actually actually take the time to actually help you pick out the costumes. They have different sizes for the ladies. They make it a lot of fun, I'll say that much. So I'll give that 5 stars. That's Madam Mustache in Tombstone. And, oh, there's Carly. Thought I lost her for a second. So, I think we were gonna go over to Big Nose Kates right now. Check it out. There's like some sort of tunnel thing underneath. So we'll come back at you from over there. Well, just before we go in, Carly thought she'd be funny, so we had to put an old horse there, you said? What do you mean by old horse? Are you calling me old? But I am thirsty. And if I pan that way, that's Big Nose Kates Saloon. So I say we go in there and see what's going on. All right, so I guess we're gonna go back in there later. It's pretty crowded in there, and I didn't really see any signs to go downstairs, but I know I wanna do it. But that's fine. So what we're gonna do now, I think, just keep walking around. I know Birdcage Theater is on the list. Heck, I haven't been in there since 1989. But yeah, so we're gonna get lost and come back here maybe when it's a little slower, grab a beer, see if you actually can go downstairs. I know I've seen that stairwell, and I know the Ghost Adventures have hung out down there. So, and of course, no trip to Tombstone goes without saying that you have to try on a hat. I have some. She has none. That actually looks kind of cute on you.
Yeah? I don't know about the size.
Well, folks, we got to go to the Birdcage Saloon, which was like a big deal for me. Sadly, though, they would not give me written permission to put any of the footage or anything on YouTube. Bummer. I think about it, I think another vlogger ran into the same thing. She was very specific that I could put it on my personal Facebook page, which I could, but so after that we decided to go and have another tasty barley pop, because that's what you do when you travel. So
my drink was crappy.
Oh yeah, she wasn't pleased, but we won't mention the beer or anything because we don't want to talk bad about anyone. And honestly, the brewery where it came from, it's actually pretty tasty.
We were in Doc Holliday's Saloon.
Oh yeah. So we were over in Doc Holliday's Saloon. It's cool. It smelled like fried food. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I wanted to get the mini corn dogs, but I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, beer turned her off. But
totally lost everything.
So what we're kind of doing as we go along is we kind of stop off at a different one of these little saloons and grab a beverage. That's fun. So so we did do the Birdcage Saloon. Don't know what we're gonna see next. The hours are pretty limited this time of year. I didn't really check that out in advance. I think we're just gonna kind of head on back down the street a little bit. Some of the tours we want to do are actually pretty pricey. We want to do the mine tour, and I checked it out, and it's $60. That's a little.
$30 a person.
Yeah, $30 a person. That's a little steep. You know, I mean, I've gone to cave tours and mine tours all over the country, and I mean, Kartner, I'd pay that, yeah. But you know, outside of that, $15, you know. So
you can go in there by yourself and.
Yeah, no, not as much fun. And then who am I going to pick on? Well, who's going to pick on me? I don't know. So, all right. All right, so find something else.
Yeah, let's go
Most
back
places, it seems like they close around 5 or 6 here. Except for hopefully the saloons stay open a little later.
Well, the saloon's out, so it's Saturday. So I think they're open later. I mean, I don't think they go till 2 like they might in a major city.
I think they end at like about, what, 10 or 11?
Yeah. Now, the cool thing is that, and I don't, according to my sources, no.
Those horses are so pretty.
I forget what they call those. But anyway, so.
Those are not Clydesdales, though, right?
No, that's what it is. They're Clydesdales. So there are like several people from like, you know, the Valley, like Phoenix area that actually do come down here and perform. I'm trying to think of the name of the venues that they normally get them at, but it would be like Rowdy Johnson Band, for example. I mean, heck, I think actually they're actually out of Tombstone, to be honest with you, but he's doing a lot of work up in the Phoenix area. So anyhow, so we're gonna go find something else to show you. And again, everything we show you is just kind of, you know, encouraging you. I mean, do the same thing. Get out there, travel, you know. I mean, I took a few years off and I'm like, oh, it's kind of boring. Now we're gone like every couple of weeks. I mean, what was it? How long, like, when did we get back from California? That's only been a week. Yeah.
It was during the kids' fall break, which was the 8th through the, whatever that week was, first day of Columbus Day.
It was last week, wasn't it?
2 weeks ago.
It's 2 weeks since we've been back. So then we're here, and then we're back on the road in 2 weeks again.
2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
Which we won't say where we're going to next.
No, and then you won't know until we get back either.
I'm excited.
Yeah, she's excited. We're right now, we made some changes. We are chasing warmer weather. It's getting kind of chilly in some parts. We were actually going to originally head north, but 20 degrees in the RV didn't sound good for the pipes. Although, honestly and truthfully, we are having plumbing issues this week as well. We cannot use our hot water heater, and we'll get into that a little bit later. That actually may be a whole nother video in itself, but yeah.
It doesn't make it boring, that's for sure.
Well, you see, we were supposed to take her out a few weeks ago, and we didn't, and somebody may have forgotten to drain some water, so no hot water.
It was so much fun taking a shower this morning when it was so cold. I think it was like the shortest shower I ever took. I think I was in there for about a minute max.
Yeah, it's kind of like jumping in a cold pond at 6 a.m. in Northern California.
But I woke up really fast.
I know, I had half a cup of coffee in me, and I was like, you know, so.
An hour and a half, 2 hours sleep last night, and I woke up all refreshed from that shower.
So, yeah, no bueno. Okay, so let's mosey about. now we're walking back to the rig, drop off some things. Yes, we purchased 2 hats. You never have enough hats at home. So, yeah, we were just talking about the fact that we really need to get as much footage as we had expected initially. Everyone seems to be very, very touchy about filming, like really touchy. And actually what we may do is when we get back, talk to you all about our little dilemma with the rig. Betsy is not happy. What happened here was we were supposed to actually go camping a couple of weeks ago, and due to weather, we decided not to go because the region had like flood warnings, this and that. And I didn't really feel like setting it up in the rain. The problem is that there was some residual water left, I think in, well, definitely in the hot water tank. And then of course a little bit in the fresh water. Thought I got most of it out, but not really. So what's happening here is if you open up any of the hot water lines, it stinks and it's bad. So it looks like I got myself a little bit of a project here. It smells like rotten eggs. So when we get back to the valley, I don't know if it's really gonna happen here in the next couple days, but when we get back, I'm gonna have to make sure I completely drain it, and I'm gonna have to treat it and flush it, and that's just going to be a whole lot of fun. Not really, but it's got to be done, and it's got to be done quick because we're back on the road here in less than 2 weeks, and I really would like to have a hot shower because, needless to say, we took cold showers this morning. And let me tell you something: half a cup of coffee, ice cold water, you are awake. Guarantee you, you're awake. Hi, folks. Well, as you can imagine, we're actually back on the road now. We actually went back down again today into the main downtown area of Tombstone, and we were able to catch a gunfight show. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, I got a couple seconds of the gun show or the gunfight at the OK Corral, no big deal. And I'm all excited, and we're walking back to get the RV, and Carly says to me, well, it's too bad we didn't get any footage at all this trip. Would have been nice to have some from the gunfight. I'm like, oh, I got some. I got like a minute, actually. Well, maybe 30 seconds. It's just like, what are you talking about? You can't use it. I says, what are you talking about? So apparently I was so excited that I was going to get something, I completely tuned that out. I don't know. Can't take me anywhere, I guess. So, I mean, we had fun, we did, but we wish we could have shown you a little something. But we figured we'd give you a couple of tips on going to Tombstone, and we see a lot of other vloggers do that too. That's kind of like one of those things where it's like, yeah, we may have done this before, maybe not, but maybe we can share a few things with you. So what would you say would be your number one tip for everybody if they were to go to Tombstone, Carly?
I would say, for one, I think it's cool to stay in the RV park.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was pretty cool.
And not for nothing, I mean, all the hotels and motels in the area, they're not very fancy. They do have some cabins, but
the cabin ones I would want to stay at.
Yeah, maybe the cabins. But the nice thing is the RV parks are around $35 or so, and if you're a Good Sam member, you save a few bucks more. And even, let's see, the last time I was there, I stayed at the old Tombstone Inn, which is now the Budget Motel or something, and that was, I swear that was around $100 or so a night.
It didn't even look nice.
It's really not. I mean, it's old, it's clean, it's just, no. But, I mean, yeah, if you have your own RV, well, that's always fun. You got your home on wheels, so your number one tip, you would say, is to stay in an RV park?
I think that, well, I don't know. I think it was really cool.
My number one tip when you go to Tombstone, at least in my mind, is to look at the map, look at the schedules for any shows you want to see and everything like that, and plan accordingly, because they only do a certain amount of shows per day, and everything's only open till a certain time. A lot of things that we noticed started closing at around 5 when it came to shows. The last one was 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.
About that.
Yeah, about that. So, I mean, that's my 2 cents. what would be the one thing you would recommend that everyone see? Like, what was your favorite thing?
I think it was cool to go. I like the Corral gunfight was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool, and it's pretty funny. The actors are they're pretty laid back. It's very interactive.
Yeah.
You know, Carly had a good time.
It was fun.
Anything else?
Also, Big Nose Kate is just really cool to go in and just to see it all. Really, it's just a cool. Well, and also we were there for Halloween, so people were in costumes.
Yeah, see, and I've been to Big Nose Kates one other time, and it was earlier in the summer, and the people I was with, they were like early to bed type folks, so I think we ate dinner there and we left it by like 7 p.m. And we got there after dinner, and they had a live band, plus they had their like Halloween costume party thing. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I would definitely say if you're in Tombstone, check out Big Nose Kates. The drinks were actually reasonably priced compared to everybody else. Was a domestic's like $3.50. So there you have it, folks. You know, Carly says stay in an RV park, a lot of fun. I say, you know, definitely look at your time and schedule if you want to be sure to see everything. Unless you're going to do like a casual little, we'll see it if we see it type thing. Oh, and shout out to Madam Mustaches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who did our little old time photos. They are so much fun. You need to check them out.
Nice people that are in Tombstone also. Seems like everyone's just very, very kind.
Well, yeah, like where we bought our hats. They were super cool. And yeah, they're selling stuff, but you know, I mean, they were laughing, they're having a good time. And if you ever hung out with Carly and I, we're laughing and having a good time all the time. So if you're not, it gets really awkward really fast. And you know, awkward's not fun. So, but yeah, folks, so that's it for this week. We're heading back home now. We're actually going to make a pit stop in Tombstone. We're coming from Tombstone. We're going to make a pit stop in Tucson to see some family, and we're going to leave that one off the video. So this is going to be the end of this vlog. Bye, folks. See you next time.